Hi, Nikki Csek here with Czek Creative. We're really excited to be launching a new video series. It's called Cseking In, and we're going to talk to our clients and we're going to talk to some businesses in the community, and we want to take a peek into their entrepreneurial window and see what we can learn. This week, our very first video is going to be with Meredith Hansen with Illuminate Skincare and Esthetics. And what we're really curious to find out with talking to Meredith is learning what it's like to be a solo entrepreneur and how she attained her first customers and what it's like now that she's a seasoned business owner. Thank you very much for joining us here today. We have Meredith Hansen in the studio, and she's with Illuminate Skincare, and she's going to give us a peek into the window of her business.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So, Meredith, can you just let me know how long you've had Illuminate Skincare and Esthetics?
So I've had the business in Kelowna for about 9 years, and then I was self-employed or a business owner in Victoria before I moved back home to Kelowna and opened up Illuminate Skincare and Esthetics. So it's been about probably 13 to 14 years in total.
Okay. So being in business isn't for everyone.
No.
And you would have been an employee prior
Yep.
to? Okay, so
Yep.
what inspired you? What made you want to do this?
Because I wanted to have control of how I was able to service my clients, how I was able to book my schedule, the level of service I wanted to provide. I wanted to be in control of that. So pretty early on in my career, I decided I was going to have to go out and do it for myself.
So you have your studio in your home. It's a beautiful studio.
Thank you.
I've been.
Thank you.
You don't have a business brick and mortar 9 to 5.
No.
Intentional?
Intentional? Yes, intentional, but it's also so that I can provide the level of service I want to without the demands or stress of having a commercial space.
Mm-hmm. So your first client, how'd you get your first client?
Through the fact that I grew up here, and so networking. It was because I had a circle of influence, or people knew me. So when you go out on your own in a business like I do, you kind of call on your friends and your family to help support you and suggest people come your way, and then you do as best a job as you can and hope for the best.
So you're obviously passionate about skincare.
Yes.
And I love when I hear you talk that everybody has skin, so everybody's your client.
Yes, yeah.
But how in business, did you know more about being in business, or did you learn how to business as you went?
I learned how to business as I went, which has also been part of the bonus of being so small, because I can make mistakes and I have a little bit more freedom that way. But yes,
Sure.
no, I've been winging it from the get-go, to be honest.
So it's you.
It's me.
You wear all the hats.
Yes.
You clean the linens, you book the appointments,
Yes.
you negotiate the payments,
Yes.
you book.
Yeah.
There's a capacity. There's only so much of Meredith to go round.
Yes.
That's your ceiling. That's your glass ceiling.
Yes.
So are you at capacity in the amount of clients that you can see?
I like to say no, but I am fairly booked. So I guess in some ways yes, in some ways no, but it's an ever evolving clientele base, right? So sometimes people's move or their budgets change or that kind of thing. So I never want to say that no, I'm at capacity, and there's always room to grow. And I'm also starting to niche my business, so shape it to be a very specific type of person who wants very specific help with their skin.
Okay.
And so that starts to narrow, and it starts to, for lack of a better word, kind of specialize. And
Okay.
so I don't feel like there's a ceiling, because I feel like you can always grow, but in sort of a roundabout way, if that makes sense, or a narrowing.
So then I'm curious would you consider your business successful?
Yes.
Financially successful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's next? Like, there could be a fork in the road. Like, does Meredith keep going, doing what she's doing for the next 2 years, 6 years, 10 years?
Yeah.
How do you have a business succession plan? Have you?
Well, I have a lot of it in my mind.
Okay.
Once again, I've been winging it from the beginning. So I have ideas, and I guess right now I'm just trying to see how my life directs me. So yes, sometimes I think I'd like to get bigger. I get inspired by people like Csek Creative and all the other wonderful businesses in Kelowna. It's just trying to decide what works best. I also like to maintain a level of balance in my life. I do know life is short. I do want to be able to take vacations and work to live, not live to work. So I'm an interesting business owner that way. I do believe in balance. So yes, I do think that my business is going to evolve. Exactly what that looks like, I'm not sure. I have some ideas. Do you want me to share those?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do have ideas of possibly making a commercial business out of a home business, and opening a place for people to come and be able to purchase all of their skincare needs with me. But I don't see myself opening like a business where I have a lot of other skincare specialists.
Okay. So almost a shift from the commodity being Meredith,
Yes.
to the commodity being product, and you get to do that shift because of the relationships that you've built?
Yes, and but being more specific in the sense that this isn't, I wouldn't want it to be like a retail store where
Right.
it's like a cosmetics store only. I still would have the benefit of Meredith and my knowledge and my advice, but just allowing it to be a little bit more so that people still can come in and also shop, right?
So probably a couple more questions from you, if I can.
Yeah.
I thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us. What advice would you give to someone starting out in this industry?
In my industry?
Yeah.
Find what your passion is, and don't be afraid to niche from the beginning. Because you come in and in skincare or aesthetics, there's a lot of services we offer, and in hindsight, I would have specialized right off the go.
Sooner.
Yeah.
And where do you get, again, solopreneur?
Yeah.
You're with customers all day long.
Yeah.
Where do you get your mentorship or your coaching through business? Like, how do you know if you're going this, you should be zigging and you're zagging, or how?
I wing it. No, you're one of my mentors. Other business professionals, I go to networking groups. That's how we met. So I like to sort of network with people who have like-mindedness with me and bounce ideas off of them. I do have some business mentors. I do have a business coach who's specific to the spa industry or skincare industry. So they kind of help you wade through all the ideas and they're helping me find my direction of what I want to do.
Are you doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meredith, thank you very much for spending time with us today. And thank you for checking in.